All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Francine, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. This is going to be the Hermetic Herald, and I'm back for another channeled message / tarot reading for a specific person in mind. And I feel like this is a very special occasion, primarily because energetically I felt like I needed to use a different deck for this particular person. And it's not the norm because I usually change it up a bit. This time I wanted to use the Manga Tarot for Princess Elisabeth of Belgium. So there's something about her energy where it's fun, but it's also like very serious. And I'm hearing antiquated, which is very interesting to feel from a person. So I'm going to be touching base with a number of things for her today. Okay, we're going to be touching base on her current situation, her mask, secondly, her self-image and how she truly sees herself, third. Fourth is her obstacles and what she may have to overcome. And 5 is going to be her trajectory. And then we'll kind of go from there if there's something that she is needing healing on specifically that is going to assist her, because I feel very strongly that whenever these messages come out, it's not just to look into a person's personal life, but it's also to show people just how their experiences that they're going through with these figures, how their experiences are very similar or akin to ours, and how we can relate to them and how they relate to us. This is providing closeness with regards to the line of how we perceive people out there in the public eye and how we may think that we're different or far removed from them, but we're not. I have a very specific approach where I tend to not look at any information, headlines, news, articles, reviews on these people. I try to avoid it as much as I humanly can. Please keep in mind that sometimes people are just thrown in your face in the media, and you hear about certain things. I like to do readings on people that I like to talk about certain aspects of them that you wouldn't hear about. And also see if it comes to fruition if we do hear about it in the future, if they decide to touch base on it, the media. So I like to go with an unbiased approach. I do not like to have myself emotionally tied to anyone in my readings because it affects the reading. I try to avoid bias as much as humanly possible because we all have to come into this with the intention and the desire for the truth to come out. So I am not going to sit here as a tarot reader and say that accuracy is not a thing with tarot. I believe very highly that you can be very accurate and correct with your information. I also just want you guys to note as well that free will is always at play. So this is going to be about her current trajectory. Her characteristics, I feel, are very set, in that there are certain aspects of Princess Elisabeth that we're going to see that are going to carry through with her unless she goes through an evolution of her character and grows and metamorphosizes into something else. We will see. So I just wanted to say that for anyone that is new to my channel, that I am unbiased as much as possible. I do not like having favorites with my readings. And I also just want you to note that I will be more so focusing on what I hear, because I am clairaudient and clairvoyant primarily, and claircognizant. Okay. For those of you that have been here, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all of the love and support that I receive always. So let's start off with her current situation. Let's get into it. What is Princess Elisabeth's current situation? Spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. Princess Elisabeth of Belgium. There we go. All right. Is there anything else, Spirit? I feel like that's what we're starting off with. So let's start off with the King of Wands. Her current situation is that she's feeling very empowered and very much in control of her situation. She's feeling also very entrepreneurial, so she's focusing on her business. She's focusing on what she wants to do career-wise. She's very driven, very focused, very powerful in her energy and the dynamic with her regards to her energy. What's interesting is that she has at the bottom of the deck Justice, as well as the Emperor and the Magician. She is making her life her own. She is focused very much on being in control, maintaining control of her destiny, of making sure that she is in control of what she does and what I'm hearing her output. She wants to be a leader. She wants to focus on leading her own life, and also of being very balanced or focusing on balancing. I feel like a very fairness. I don't know if she has Libra placements to note, but Justice is about balance, about fairness, equality. She wants to be very balanced. She wants to be very contented and also driven. So very powerful energy. Do you have any cards to clarify, Spirit, for the King of Wands? Anything else to clarify with the King of Wands for her current situation? The Lovers. So she wants to also be very driven and in control with regards to love, with regards to her partnerships. Interesting. I'm feeling this card. Yeah, the High Priestess. She's trying to focus in on being very intuitive about her decisions and her nudgings with regards to relationships. She's very interested in being very in tune with her spirituality. And so she's starting to put that into her pursuit of love. Keep in mind that people usually, when it comes to any person I read for, I don't know their spirituality or if they even have a sense of spirituality, but I feel as though she is being more intuitive and more so book smart. She's aware of the signs of certain things with regards to relationships, and she's very I'm hearing noteworthy. She's taking a lot of notes. She's taking what is noteworthy with regards to relationships that she's seen around her and learning lessons or seeing the kind of the inconsistencies of some people in their love life. That's very specific. We have 10 of Swords, which means that she's also trying to lessen a burden on her back in regards to either her mental state of how she perceives love. I feel as though she is moving and transitioning out of that. The Ten of Swords feels like a past energy where she felt like a little bit cornered with regards to love. She may have had a very difficult situation with someone in the past, and that's why that's coming through. Why is the Ten of Swords here, Spirit? We have the Queen of Coins. Yeah, she was very giving in a situation with someone in the past, and that cycle has ended or is ending here. Six of Cups coming through. Yeah, Six of Cups is denoting a soulmate relationship or connection, a past connection. It can also even indicate a past life connection. We also have here Seven of Pentacles. It ran its course and there was a lot. It was long term. So please let me know on the bottom, in the comments section below, if you guys know about this long-term relationship that she had in the past that ended very abruptly, or not abruptly, but very torturously. Like it was very hurtful towards the end. She's kind of learned a lot of lessons throughout that and has transitioned forward and is moving forward. She may be taking a break from focusing on love in order to be more driven and focused in her career path. We will see. But we have the Four of Wands, which is about celebration, homecoming. Knight of Wands energy can denote the person here. I feel like they were a Knight of Wands, and we have the Two of Swords, indecision, indecisiveness about a relationship. So the person likely could have been indecisive about this relationship, or she was, and this was affecting her. Her mental space was not cared for. I'm hearing that strongly. Her mental state was not cared for enough. And I'm hearing excitability. So this person, this Emperor, excited an aspect of her, made her very excited for something. And I feel like she discovered more of herself in this relationship. So that's specific. Let's keep going though. Okay, let's move on to her mask. What is Princess Elisabeth of Belgium's mask, Spirit? What is Princess Elisabeth of Belgium's mask? We have one card coming through, the Devil. Her mask. So she comes off as very, she tries to come off as a rebel. She tries to come off as someone who is in control, someone who is also like not as like prim and proper as people might think or feel about her. She wants to come off as someone who's like a risk taker, a daredevil. So I feel like it's more of that energy rather than it being like someone who's addicted to something or has addictive patterns. To clarify, we have the Nine of Wands. She wants to come off as very controlled, very like resilient. So she wanted to come off very, I'm feeling like a masculine energy. She wanted to come off as more masculine between the two energies within her. She also wanted to come off as detached to the public, you know, not caring about harsh words that were spoken or harsh thoughts that were thought about her. She wanted to come off as someone who isn't interested in getting stuck in her mental state, because we have the Seven and the Eight of Swords. So she was really sneaky with her energy. She wanted to come off as a sly person. So I don't know if you guys know that, but please let me know in the comments below. But she's coming off as more of like a risk taker, more edgy, more protective, more resilient on the outside. Let's look at what she feels on the inside though. What does Princess Elisabeth feel about herself on the inside? What does Princess Elisabeth of Belgium feel about herself on the inside? We have the Hanged Man coming through. So she feels really like she shifts a lot energetically. What I mean by that is that she's not sure of who she truly is yet. She is indecisive, and she has the Hanged Man, which is seeing things from another perspective. Let me move this a bit. Okay, so she sees herself as very focused on her mind. Her mental space is probably likely one of her vices, or something she has to be careful with, is that she can get in her head a bit about who she is, about what she wants to do, and that's okay. Just a lot of air energy coming through for her. What is her self-image? Wow. We have the 9 of Swords. Yeah, so she just feels like really like stuck in her mind. She goes through some anxiety. She goes through it a lot, actually, and she has to take, I'm hearing coping mechanisms, like she has to take time away. She has to kind of recalibrate. She has to think about things from a different perspective. She has to change her mental state very quickly, and if she doesn't, she gets into like kind of a rut. So she has to just be careful with how she perceives things and how she takes things. That's coming through. Anxieties, fears. Judgment is here, 6 of Cups, and the Page of Swords. She tends to think about the past. She's holding on to some past connection, and I feel like she communicates sometimes with this person, but look at that, the 3 of Swords is here. It's not helping her. So her image of how she sees herself is very bent or connected to this person in the past. She sees them from afar. Yeah, she really feels for them, or feels something towards this past person. What would you like to say about this past person, Spirit? Because it's coming up in her reading twice. All right, let's see. We have the Page of Cups. It's a childhood person, or a very childlike energy. This person's very free-spirited. They're also very mysterious with the moon. Yeah, look at that. We have Death, very transformative. They might be a Scorpio. So this person here is very like intriguing to her. It's very childlike in the energy. They might have known each other back in childhood, but there's like an essence of illusions, or an essence of mystery, and that's something that she's pursued, but it became too much. Okay, this person is becoming too much energetically for her, and there needs to be this moving out of this energy, because it's causing her worry, and it's affecting how she sees herself even. She's driven, don't get me wrong, but there's like this energy lingering of worry, anxieties, fears. Okay, let's keep going. What are her obstacles? Wow, I heard something really weird. I heard that racist place, or that racist person. Okay, let's look at what obstacles are in her way. She has the 9 of Cups. Okay, so one of her obstacles is her happiness. I feel like she tries to find fulfillment in things. Yeah, she's trying to find fulfillment in connections. That is something that is affecting her. She has a very she wants to be in love. She wants to fall in love. She loves the idea of love, and that's affecting her. She wants a positive and successful arrangement with somebody, or some relationship with someone, and that's kind of holding her back mentally. Okay, physically she's doing the work, but she wants, one of her obstacles is she wants something that she can move into that is more emotionally fulfilling for her and speaks to her on a deeper level. We also have here, look at that, the 10 of Wands coming through. So it weighs her down. She needs to be very wary of connections that are maybe like what she's interested in or attracted to, but she needs to look at it a little differently, because I feel like she gets stuck emotionally when that happens. We have the Queen of Wands here. Yeah, Queen of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, and Temperance. She wants a family. She wants like legacy. She's really into something long term, but I feel like what's happening is that she's ending up searching for those things, and it can kind of derail her path or what she's trying to do. She is the King of Wands, don't get me wrong, but she needs to work on just her love life specifically. What is her current trajectory based on just the energies that she has today, September 26th, 2023? We have the Knight of Wands in reverse. The Knight of Wands in reverse tells me that there's something that's halted, or something that is going to be halted for her. And we have a number of cards coming through. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the 7 of Cups in reverse. And we have the 5 of Pentacles, feeling left out in the dark or abandoned. So she needs to be wary of stopping something cold turkey, or stopping something, stopping something that's inevitable, and deciding to stay excluded from another person, or to stay out in the dark. I really feel like, wow, I said niche, interesting. I really feel like she needs to not separate herself. Yeah, hermit mode, go into hermit mode from the people that care about her. I feel like she needs to be careful and wary of separating or isolating from certain people that are actually like concerned about her, or trying to check in with her and make sure she's okay, and she's kind of separating from them because of some relationship, or because she's trying to cope with something. We have the Ace of Cups here. Emotionally, she's going through a really big death and rebirth, and she needs to be wary of like stopping or trying to force the wheel to stop, forcing fate to stop. And yeah, she needs to be very careful of trying to stay alone or isolated from other people that care about her. That's coming through strongly. There's something about her like spending time away. And it's not like these people are necessarily toxic. It's just that she's not communicating with these people and she's holding back, but they're there to help her. Okay. Specifically, a Leo is there to help her. Interesting. So why is the Wheel of Fortune here, Spirit? Okay, we have the Queen of Coins. It's like a mother. Let's see, the Tower is coming through, excuse me. Okay, and we have the 4 of Wands. Yeah, like meeting with her mom. Like there's something about her trying to pull back from meeting with her mom, or meeting with this matriarch, or this motherly energy of meeting up with them. Something about her deciding to isolate herself. Yeah, death. There's something about transformation. She's not the same person anymore. She's going through a major transformative event. I'm getting the Emperor, Strength, and the 8 of Wands. She's not the person that they might expect her to be, her mother specifically. And she feels like she needs to isolate from them, or hold or rescind love, or something like that. Did they have a disagreement? I don't know. I'm getting here, yeah, the 5 of Wands. They have differing beliefs, differing ideals, different thoughts. And that's affecting the relationship here. We have the 5 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, there's just this sadness that's lingering. Number 5s are significant. Look at that, guys. The cards are saying it, and intuitively it's just about heartbreak. It's about wanting to travel and see each other and to meet again, but then having this emotional setback of manifesting this. They're kind of holding back. And I feel like this is the mom with the love here, wanting to give it to her child, and then she's like more so reinforcing that and saying, hey, wait a minute, what about this? We didn't talk about this in our time separated. There's some things that we have to discuss that are affecting this relationship. So there's something about her mom coming through very strongly here. Whew. Very specific. I tend to try to go specific. So if you like this video so far, please like, share, and subscribe so other people can see this as well. So let's keep going. So, Spirit guides, with all this considered, all of this that we've gotten into so far, what would you like to say about her trajectory? We have someone you know is undependable and insincere. That might be, yeah, someone that she's with. Yeah, that she was with. Love, deep affection, and caring. She gave her heart to someone who was not sincere enough, or not dependable. They were more so looking at it as fun, celebration, enjoyment. It could have been something that wasn't as serious at first, but she really took it seriously and fell in love with him. She might be the dark woman, someone with dark complexion or hair. I would say dark hair from what I've seen of her picture. And then we have take care, or there will be a loss of material wealth. She doesn't want to lose the money that's coming in. She really, her advice is to not miss out on opportunities because of trouble with regards to this person. Accusations. We have here, someone will try to make you do something against your will. Be very wary of someone that's like a shark here. And we also have three other things. Guaranteed success if she gets out of this situation with this person. And I'm also hearing like club. I don't know if oh, that's club right here. I was about to say a club, but marriage is here as well, and wealth. So she has to look into kind of her love life. She has to clean up with regards to her relationships with this person, and also with how she takes on love in the future. She needs to be beware of great pride and know that she is highly thought of, that she is important, and that she also is very valuable. I'm getting this feeling that she needs to know her worth more, so that she doesn't get into relationships that are trying to like take advantage of her in some way. That's coming through. I'm hearing beast, so this person is not a nice energy. But I'm also getting monk, like they act like they're a monk, or they act like they're very pious or very like pure, but they're not. I'm also getting this card here, which is the Knight of Swords. This could be an air sign. This could also just be someone who's very communicative. That's coming through. She needs to communicate with this person, because I'm getting this: protected from negative forces beyond your control. It's been like there's something that hasn't been said, okay? They need to be, I'm hearing like they need to be naked with each other and honest with each other. Family matters is coming through. There's something that needs to be communicated with regards to her mother as well. It's like they want me to talk about the mother. Some disappointment in a friend or lover is coming through. Disappointment with the people around her. Of having someone leave your life. So I don't know if there was loss or just the relationship with her mother was gone. There is going to be reconciliation though. So that's a beautiful thing. Something got in the way between her mom and her, and it could have been this person that she was with. It was a very big event in her life. It changed the trajectory, where she had to work hard to reestablish some relationship again. But there's so much love here from the mom too, so it's interesting. Okay, so let's get into her light and shadow attributes and a healing message, and we'll be done with this one for now. Please let me know if you guys are enjoying this video, and also if you'd like to have, if you have any other questions in regards to Elisabeth. I'd like to go back, read this, listen to it again, and then continue on from there, or just take the energies as they are and see how they weave themselves together. That is my thing. I love doing that, because that way I'm making sense of all of the information that comes through. And people shift. Don't get me wrong, people shift their energies, so it may be completely different in a month or two, but this is what we're going to, that's how I kind of put things together. So let me know what you think of having part 2. Now, what is her light attribute? Whoa. Look, I said nun earlier, right? We have mother and monk nun for her light attributes. Is there anything else? Wow, prostitute, what an interesting trio. Well, it'll make more sense in a second. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors. Okay, interesting. Are there any shadow attributes for Princess Elisabeth? Shadow attributes. Shadow attributes. I'm hearing McKnight. I don't know if there's a McKnight, someone with the name McKnight that's coming through. All right, wow. Well, that's probably why. Okay, so we have 4 for her light attributes. We have prostitute, accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. She is very good at keeping up with her emotional state. She needs to do it a bit more now, but in the past, she's been very good with surviving without changing who she is. So even if people see her a certain way on the outside, with her experience, right? She comes from a place of still being who she is authentically. She's not about trying to negotiate who she is or change it to please people. That's not her energy. So that's what's coming through here. We also have monk nun, which is the energy of selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. So she has a very celibate energy to her, which means that she could be celibate right now, and that's part of what ended up affecting the relationship as well. But she's also being very considerate of who she lets herself trust, open up to. That's coming through. She's very devoted to herself, to her own sense of spirituality. We also have mother archetype coming in, which is nurturance, patience, unconditional love, and joy in giving birth to life. Very motherly, very warm energy. I wonder what her mom was like, because I'm getting the word tankard, which was one of the cards about celebration, fun, enjoyment. Her mom seems like more of a fun energy, and I feel like she's more of a nurturing energy. She might have even tried to mother her mom in some aspects. I wonder what her sign is, or if she has major Cancer placements. That's coming through. Trickster is also her energy though, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. So she's a mother energy, but she's also very fun, light. She likes to be unpredictable. She does not like being stuffy, trying to be like anyone, or trying to project like that she's all like she's serious when she's not. She's not very stern. When I look at her shadow attributes, I'm saying that she may have a tendency of taking advantage of those who need help and failing to care for oneself. Primarily caring for herself. I feel like she doesn't take enough care into her healing process, and she lets people, opens up to hurt, and you have to let yourself be open in order to feel. And I feel like that's a very powerful thing to do, a very vulnerable thing to do. And I think sometimes she doesn't let herself repair after major pain or a major heartbreak in some way, because I see that Three of Cups over, Three of Swords over here. So she needs to be very wary of not taking care of herself. She needs to take care of herself and be her own healer more. We have misuse of the power and knowledge that comes through spiritual practice. I feel like she's doing something new age. She's involved with something new age, but she's not being very consistent with it, or she's trying to use it to get a result. This could be love spells. This could be like looking into like how to attract this and that person, or manifestations, but she's doing it in a way where she's just trying to get the result and not actually becoming closely intertwined with her spirituality. There's a need for her to let herself be dedicated and to operate from that place of devotion to spirit, to spirituality, to her healing, and using it continuously and not just using it when it benefits at some times. That's coming through for her. We also have beggar, which is dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. She needs to be very careful of being a beggar in a relationship. Now with the King of Wands, that tells me that she's getting out of that energy, that she's trying not to exclude herself or to depend on people. I feel like she tends to get into this state when she is in her shadow energy more, meaning that when she's scared, she tends to depend on someone else and not try hard enough, okay, or focus on doing it on her own. She tries to rely on people. She needs to be very wary of codependency in relationships here. We also have Knight, allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle, romantic delusion. She needs to be very careful of romantic delusions, because I think she had some fairy tales, some expectations about love, and it's not coming up the way she wants it to, and that's really disappointing. Can you imagine expecting like a partner to be like all of these things that you read in fan fiction, or if you read just certain novels, not getting that? That's very painful. Okay, so that's coming through. I also want to see and touch base with what Wisdom of the Oracle card is coming through for her. What is the message overall that you would like to share with Princess Elisabeth of Belgium, specifically, Spirit? What is the message you'd like to share? We have two. 1, 2. All right, we have here the Fates. So we have Fate coming through, number 17, which is also the Star card. We also have, that's a beautiful card, wow, 12, a change in the wind. So we have number 17 and number 12 is significant. For some reason, I'm thinking 1712. So historically, there's something that happened in her family, 1712. But we have a change in the wind, a change in the tides. She is going to be healing something with regards to their family line and legacy, because I feel like she's sensing that there's a shift in her direction. There's a shift in her emotional state, a shift in her karma. I feel like she's addressing some really harsh things that have happened to her through karmic relationships, through her mom, and also through her relationship with this person in the past that she knew. Whoever this lover was, or this person that was interested in her. We have by the book at the bottom, number 11, mending and peace. She's going through her healing process from a time of conflict and chaos with a soulmate. It was a never-ending story. There was this person, damn, they were a karmic soulmate, and they were very strong in the sense that they were meant to come into this incarnation to help her heal something. But she is, I feel like I need to read Fates for you, number 17 here. That was the overall energy, but let's get into these two. Okay. Number 17, the Fates. Fate. Look at that, guys. Fate, karma, acceptance that there are things you cannot change, and knowing what those things are. Okay, let's go to the relationship one, because that is the strongest here. It says, other people are who they are. You can't change them. The challenge is to accept them as they are and not try to make them otherwise to suit you. This is a time to look at how you attempt to mold people to fit your view in the relationship and avoid discomfort. In the relationship, what if who they are and whatever is happening between you and them in this situation is perfect from the perspective of spirit. Now is the time to accept what you cannot change, even if it means that you honor yourself, spirit, and the other person by moving on. Love unconditionally, for each of us is on our own journey, and we cannot direct that of another. Be aware that this relationship is indeed fated, and you are meant to evolve into a better person or version of yourself as a result of it. That was what I was saying. That basically is summing up what I was saying. This is something she has to move on from. This is something she needs to heal. This is karmic. But this is something that is needed to show her that she can't mold people into her image or mold people into what she wants them to be. They will become who they are meant to be. You met someone at one point in your life, right? And it's almost like I'm seeing a caterpillar or a larva. They decided to work on their own process in becoming a butterfly, both of you individually. There were not two of you in that cocoon, okay? You guys were distinct from each other. You guys will remain distinct from each other. You can meld your energies and walk in the same direction, but if someone's truth is to be somewhere else, they are not meant to be with you forever. Some people are just not meant to stay, and that's something that you learn as you go, and she is growing and learning that lesson here. It's not easy. All right, let's go into 12. Yeah, look at that. By the book earlier was at the bottom of the deck, and that is about the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, and the law of nature. So look at that. Karma is coming through strong for her reading. We have here a change in the wind, a sense that unseen change has been initiated, preparations for a storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift, uncertainty about which direction the winds will blow. Relationship message. Relationships go through periods where partners seem out of sync with each other and stormy emotions and moods threaten to take down the ship. Perhaps someone has a change of heart and leaves. These rough seas offer opportunities for mutual growth as a way for you to understand your own heart better and to know what you need to be truly happy. Rest assured that whatever is happening now, good will come from it. Take temporary shelter and remove yourself from drama. The air will clear and everything will be fresh and new again. This too shall pass. This relationship is going to pass away, and it's by the book. It was meant to happen that way. They were meant to heal each other respectively, or to address something or a need for healing. You are in control of your healing process, collective. They are in control of their healing process individually and respectively. Peace, be at peace. They need to be at peace about this transition here with regards to that relationship. We have another thing that wants to come out. That's her healing message to close. Let's see, something just flipped through. Spirit, let's see what that is. Let's see here. Something flipped. Yeah, look at that. Sacred space. Sacred space. Is there anything else, Spirit? Is there anything else that you'd like us to know for Princess? No, that's it. Bottom of the deck, I kid you not, reunion of souls, soulmate relationships, and karma associated with it. It shows you self-love. Yeah. And also growth. Look at that, guys. Plain and simple. Reunion of souls, self-love, and growth. She's growing a lot. Her creativity is going to grow as well. All right, so let's read this book, this last one here. So it's number 21. You might get a lot out of my channeled message as well, because I feel like someone will resonate with this message for Princess Elisabeth. But we have, find a spot in your home or office that you can access easily. Create a sacred spot just for you. This will be a place for you alone. If space is at a premium, then a shelf or corner will do. Put here only those items that hold significant meaning to you and touch you on a deep personal level. Examples are photos of loved ones, rocks, feathers, shells. Place a candle even if it cannot be lit. This signifies the element of fire and represents the flame of Creator's love for you, the fire of creation or purification. Perhaps fire means something entirely different to you. Use this space to go to daily, even if it's just for a few moments, to ground and calm yourself. Working this into your daily routine will bring you a place of greater understanding. She needs sacred space. She needs to be away from home right now. She needs to spend more time getting her own space situated. Something like that is coming through. And she needs to also honor her space, honor her energy with her family, honor who she's becoming and what she stands for going forward with regards to relationships. So that is what I have for you all today. I hope this helps you understand the situation surrounding Princess Elisabeth of Belgium more. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. This was an in-depth reading, so it was a bit longer in volume or in duration, and that's normal for me. But please feel free to support in any way through the links below for Cash App and Venmo so that the energy exchange is completed. If you feel drawn to my energy, drawn to what I do here and appreciate it, I would really appreciate all of the love and support that you would want to provide. This is totally free will, but I am happy to produce all of these videos for you regardless. I would like to also share that I'm doing exclusive content and also personal readings. So I'm going to be doing personal readings for your situation in love, in career, in anything that comes through. If you guys want to add specific questions, please feel free to email me and ask those questions along with your payment. And I will also reach in and see what your guides are saying, because I really enjoy the people I've met so far through these readings. But as for that, and for now, you take care and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Yeah.